Have you ever made a promise you were so sure you could keep, only to break it when things got tough? It's a deeply human experience, and it's at the heart of one of the most powerful stories ever told. It all begins in a quiet, dimly lit room. Jesus is with his closest friends, the disciples. He looks at one of them, Peter, a man known for his boldness and passion. Jesus' eyes are filled with compassion as he says something shocking. Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. Peter is stunned, almost insulted. He shakes his head firmly. Never. Even if I have to die with you, I will never, ever deny you. You can feel the tension in the air, Peter's fierce loyalty crashing against Jesus' calm, certain words. Later that night, the scene shifts to a garden under the stars. The peace is shattered when soldiers arrive, their torches cutting through the darkness. Jesus is arrested and led away. In the chaos and fear, most of the disciples scatter. But not Peter. He follows from a distance, torn between his love for Jesus and his instinct to survive. His heart is pounding. His loyalty is real, but so is the fear creeping into his soul. Jesus is taken to the high priest's house for a sham trial. Outside in the courtyard, a small crowd gathers around a crackling fire to stay warm. Peter, trying to be invisible, slips into the group, hoping to overhear what's happening. But he's not invisible for long. A servant girl peers at him in the flickering firelight. You were with Jesus of Nazareth, weren't you? She asks. Panic flashes in Peter's eyes. He quickly shakes his head, his voice tight. I don't know what you're talking about. That was the first denial. He pulls his cloak tighter, but he can't escape the chilling truth of his own words. A little while later, his cover is blown again. Someone else points a finger at him. This man was definitely with him. The accusation hangs in the cold night air. Peter's defensiveness grows. No, I wasn't. He insists, his voice rising with anxiety, the second denial. He tries to look away, to shrink back into the shadows, but all eyes seem to be on him. The pressure is building. An hour passes, feeling like an eternity. The atmosphere is thick with suspicion. Another person in the crowd speaks up, this time with more certainty. You must be one of them. Your accent gives you away. This is it. The final moment of truth. Peter completely unravels. All his bravado, all his promises, evaporate in a cloud of sheer terror. He begins to curse and swear, shouting, I don't know the man. And at that exact moment, a sound cuts through the night like a blade. A rooster crows. The sound is sharp, clear, and final. It's the sound of prophecy fulfilled. Just then, Jesus is being led out of the high priest's house, through the crowd. Their eyes meet. Jesus doesn't say a word. He doesn't need to. His look isn't one of condemnation, but of deep sorrow and unwavering love. In that single glance, the weight of what he's done crashes down on Peter. The bold words he spoke just hours before echo in his mind, now a bitter mockery. He stumbles out of the courtyard, away from the fire, away from the crowd, and breaks down, weeping bitterly. Peter's story is a powerful reminder of our own weaknesses. It shows how even our best intentions can crumble under pressure and fear. But here's the most important part. His story doesn't end in failure. It doesn't end with those tears in the darkness. Later, after his resurrection, Jesus finds Peter and forgives him completely. He restores him, not because Peter earned it, but because grace is always bigger than our failures. This story isn't just about denial. It's about a love so profound that it offers a new beginning, a second chance, no matter how badly we've fallen. It's a promise of hope, like the sun rising after the darkest night. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the depths of faith and the power of grace.